Creating viral short form videos from the long form content has become so easy, where you could just literally automate it 100%. There's no need for any manual work. If you were someone building a personal brand, or a creator, or an advertising agency that manages content for clients, or you might be running a podcast, this system is gonna blow your mind. And the cool part about this system is that it is fully automated. So welcome to the series of automating your social media with AI. So without any further delay, let's get started. All right, so as you can see, this is the flow on how the system is going to work. So it's very, not really complicated or complex system. It is simple, but, very effective, and it could be 100% automated. So the first trigger would be to pick up a long form video. So it does not need to be YouTube always. It could be from Twitch, from Google Drive, or any of the sources that Vizard supports. So I'll be showing you shortly, like what are the sources that Vizard AI actually supports. And before that, Vizard AI is a platform that helps you get all the short form videos from your long form content. So if you're uploading a 10 minutes or like a 1 hour video, so it is going to get the viral clips, it's going to analyze and get the specific portions that has the ability to go viral. It is going to get and extract all those clips, and it is going to give you like a vertical short form video. All right, and it is going to process and give you that, and after that we're going to store all that in a database, whether it is Google Sheet or Airtable, anything that you can prefer, any database. And after that, we're just going to schedule it automatically to go and post in all of the social media that you wanted. All right, so let's get started. So first would be the long form section. So currently how it is set up is it is set up in a way where we need to enter the video inside of here. All right, but it could be fully automated using RSS. So like I've mentioned over here, like we could use an RSS feed. You could just go to the RSS feed, you could say create a new feed, you could just select YouTube RSS feed, and you could put the YouTube videos URL, generate the link, and we could just go to the first scenario. Let us go to the first scenario here. Maybe you could like add a module. You could say RSS, you could say watch RSS feed items, put the RSS link that you've generated, and whenever a new video is added, it is going to get triggered. Like it is going to watch for new items. You could set an interval between like maybe every 1 day you could keep, because you're not going to post like every minute or something, right? So you could make it watch every 1 day, and whenever a new video is posted, it would just give you that URL, and the thing would just get triggered. All right, so currently it is set up in a way that we've got Google Sheets here. So in Google Sheet, you can see this is the sheet. So we'd be entering the long form video here, and after that it is going to get sent. It is going to pick this up and send to Vizard, and it is going to put in the project ID of Vizard. And this one is just for understanding of what link we're just putting inside here. So like you could see, these are the types of links that it is supported. You could also enter like a publicly available URL. Let's say your video is hosted somewhere, or it is available as a public link address. You could just put in that as well. So I'll be showing that in detail in the Vizard API documentation. So the first thing that we do is we take this video, send to Vizard, put in the project, and you can see that is the flow that we've set up over here. So this ChatGPT module is to basically analyze what type of content this specific link is related to. So if it is YouTube, it returns 2. If it is Google Drive, it would return 3. If it is Twitch, 9, like that. So that, as simple as that, would just give you that number. So it would just only give you that number. So the maximum token is just 2. And after that, this one is the API key of Vizard. So nothing really much to explain about that. And then we've got the HTTP request that we make to Vizard to make it start, processing the video into short form. So let me go to Vizard documentation right here. So this is basically the API documentation of Vizard, and you could see that here we've used like a minimum setup. Like you just need to go to submit long form video for clipping, right? You just need to go over there, and you could see all the video types that are supported. So you would just need to put in the valid link related to this one. If you're putting in YouTube, you got to mention 2. If you're putting in Drive, you got to mention 3. So that is the purpose of the ChatGPT over there. So it just detect it automatically. And when sending inside this one, you see for the video URL, we map it from the Google Sheet, and for the result, we just map it from the AI that it generates. So if it is going to be YouTube, it is going to give the correct result as 2, because we've set it in the prompts already. So it's going to give 2, and 4. It's going to give the same for others as well. So once you enter the link, it is going to get sent inside this one. So the language you prefer is English, the preferred length. So talking about this preferred length, Let me scroll down. So you see prefer length. So if you put the length as 1, it is gonna generate less than 30 seconds. If you're gonna put as 2,3, it is gonna generate in this medium thing. And if you're gonna put 1 to 3, generate a variety of clips under 90 seconds. So yeah, you could just select this accordingly, whatever works for you. So if you put 0, AI is just automatically going to decide like what length is the best. But you could just select this based on your preference. So yeah, that is what is exactly entered over here. And after that, we've got the video URL, video type. So video type is basically the number that this AI is going to return to us. And after that, we've got the template ID. Right, then we've got the template ID. So the template ID basically is like once you're in Vizard, you'd have an option to create like a template for you. So let me walk you through the platform Vizard. Okay, so this is the Vizard workspace, and under brand kit, you just gotta go to brand templates and create like a unique template for you. So you could select whatever subtitle, font size, anything that you want. You could just create it over here. But that isn't, much complicated to explain. So you could just select whatever works for you. And after that, you just basically create a template. So once you create a template, you just need to right click and copy the template ID. So once you copy the template ID, you just go back and put it inside this one. But the template ID is not mandatory. Like you could also delete this one and it would just pick something by default. You could also delete that if you don't have a specific template in mind right now. So after this, the video, like basically we're going to process it and send it inside Vizard. And then we go and update the Google Sheet as it is going to get updated as processing. So you put in a link, it is going to pick, if you put in a link, it is going to pick up and send to Vizard. It's going to put it as processing. All right, and update the project ID. So this is the first step. So let me show you like a real execution of this one running. Yeah, so you can see this is an example of the real execution. So the first one is like it picks up the specific one, which is basically the YouTube URL, and after that it is sent inside ChatGPT. So it finds that this is related to YouTube and returns 2. So I could have added like an if else condition within make.com, but I found that in effect taking a lot of time. But just adding a ChatGPT makes it much more easier, right? So it gives 2, and after that we send the request inside. We just send a request inside Vizard, and yeah, and Vizard is gonna say 200. So 2000. 2000 means the request was successful. And after that, this is the requested content, and then we have to just update the row. So this is basically the first process. We've sent the video inside, and now let us go to the second process, which will be this one. So how the second one is done is it is going to watch this specific sheet over here like every 30 minutes or like based on the frequency we set. So it depends on how many videos you're processing or how many videos that you upload. Okay, so yeah, that is basically it. So what I'm explaining right now is related to this sheet. So let's say you're using an RSS feed and you're just trying to automate it fully. In that case, all you got to do is basically just put in whenever like a new link is found, you could just make it, you could use exactly the same method, but the only thing that RSS is going to do is instead of you putting the link inside this one, RSS is going to do the job for you. As simple as that, right? So RSS is going to put in the link here, and immediately once it puts in the link, it is just also going to get update this as processing. So once it gets updated as processing, it is also update the project ID as well. All right, and after that, this second one is going to watch for the ones that are in the status of getting processed. All right, and then we're just going to take that specific project ID. We're just going to take that specific project ID and check if that is processed or not. So the first module checks for the ones that are processing, and then we just send a request to see if they are processed. So here, that's why we've added a filter over here saying that if it is equal to 2000, it means that it is processed, and if it is equal to 1000, it means that it is still getting processed. And if it is 1000, it would just stop over here and it would just get run again. Like once, let's say it runs now, and we've set the interval as every 15 minutes, then again in the next 15 minutes it would again run. So in that case, at a certain stage, it is definitely going to come as 2000. And after that, what it is going to do is we're just going to add bulk rows. So let me run this for you all and show it to you. So let me go to the Google Sheet. So you know what, let me delete this, and I've just changed up this as processing. Okay, and over here you can see that here it is, this is empty, right? So I'm going to come back to this one and I'll say run one. So you can see what it does is it retrieves like nearly 40 videos. Like 40 videos are being created by Vizard AI, and after that we're just iterating it and then again aggregating it. And so this is for the process of, you know, adding in under bulk add rows. So we add it in the bulk add rows and then update a cell. So let me show it to you. So once we come here, and we could see that, yeah, so we could see that it is added all of those recently created videos. It's added, so it has added the videos that were created from Vizard. So you can see that, so the first one is the row number. So let's say we've added this from the row number 4, so it would just reference that row number 4, saying that these are the rows that were these are the videos that were created from the main row number 4. And after that, each of these videos would have a unique video ID, and after that the status would be pending, meaning that this was actually a drop down. I'm not sure how this got changed. Yeah, but it's fine. So it's going to be pending. And after that, we've got the title, the transcript, the viral reason why this video is viral, and after that the Instagram and Facebook. So the Instagram and Facebook means that I'd be putting inside the Instagram and Facebook link once the post has been made. These both are empty for now, but once the post is made, it would be, the created post link would be updated over here, but it's not important. So then we've got this. So basically you could see the input is over here. So once the processing is completed, it would enter all the video information inside this schedule called as scheduled. So this status is called as pending, and then this is also pending. So what is going to happen now is it is going to get posted one after the other. So it's just going to get posted one after the other. So that is where the third scenario comes in, which is called as publishing. So basically over here, what we do is we search for the scheduled. Okay, we search there, and after that we search the status equal to pending. Okay, so once we get, we only take one at a time because we just want to post one video at a time. And after that, what we do is we get the project ID for that specific video. Okay, so all of the videos, like you can see, all of these videos with row number 4 are going to have the same project ID. So we are going to get the project ID from this one over here, called the input. So yeah, I could have also added this project ID as a specific row inside, as a specific column here, but I thought I'd get it from the previous one. So these both are interlinked in a way, not in a way. They are definitely interlinked because the short form video has come from this row number 4, right? So it is going to mention and reference this as row number 4. Okay, so let's say that if I were to put the third one as processing and go to a test again, so let me go to the short form, this one, and run this once again, it is going to get marked as complete. And after that, you could see it's going to add the others as row number 3 because these videos are from row number 3. Okay, so that is pretty much it. And after that, we get the video ID that Vizard has returned to us. And now the next part is going to be related to posting. So for posting, so how we are going to make the post is by using the video ID. So like I said, we'd be getting the project ID first. So for this, all these with row number 4, we're just going to go to this one and see the D. So we're just going to see the D column. And after that, we're going to see the cell, what row it is. It is in row number 4. So we're going to see for D4. And for this one, every single thing has the row as 4. So we'd be checking D4 and we get a project ID for this. For this, we'll check the D3 and we get a project ID for this. And similarly, we just get a project ID in make.com. Okay, Okay, and after that, we send like an API request. We send an API request to Vizard AI, and then Vizard AI would just return every single video, related to that specific project. So the reason why we retrieve the project ID is because the main reason is because Vizard AI's API does not return a video based on the video ID. They don't really have an endpoint for that. So it's like you gotta put in the project ID, get every single video, and then just filter out the specific video that we wanted. So in this case, we are not able to put the specific video and just get the specific video only. So we just gotta put in the project ID by taking it from here, and then we get every single video. Okay, and after that we use the iterator. So that is the reason. So since we're getting every single video, we're just going to use an iterator, and then what we do is add a simple filter where we say the video ID in the iterator, which means that the one that Vizard's API has returned to us. So it has returned every single video, but right now we'd be posting only for this video. So we just add a simple filter saying this video ID is equal to the video ID in the list of videos that it has returned. So just this single video is gonna pass in the filter and gonna get posted. So that is the idea. It might seem a bit confusing if you're new to make.com. So if you're new to make.com, I would suggest you to take a course related to that. And you could also see my channels, some of the videos where I talk about that. But yeah, so this is the idea. So it would return. So basically it is just returning every single video that is already present here. So if you use a project ID and send a request, it is going to return every single video in these. So that is how we actually used to, get these information. So now you put in the project ID and get every single information. So since this is the video that we are posting, it's just going to say, we're just going to add a filter saying the video ID should be equal to this. Now just one would just pass the filter. So let me show you in the history. So this is for posting. So you can see that we've got this and then we get the project ID for that. So for that we say D3. Okay. And after that we send a request to Vizard, and Vizard returns these number of every single clips. And then we use the iterator. Like you can see again, it iterates through 40 bundles, and now just a simple filter where you see only bundle 8 matches, the others all are cut out. Okay, so and after that this increment function is not really required, but in the worst case scenario, let's say there's some sort of problem in Vizard AI's API. In that case, this could just act as a defense force to not go and spam and do multiple posting. This is the worst case scenario, but this is something that you don't even need to consider if you don't understand what it is. But basically, like, we've got an iterator over here. It has 40 bundles. So so what is basically going to happen is that it is going to get posted 40 times. I mean, if there's no filter added. So let's say if I've never added any filter here, so it is going to iterate through 40 for each flow. It is going to go and run for 40 times for each of these bundles. The idea is that it would run 40 times, but since I've added a filter, it would just do it basically for one. So this is just a defense mechanism that I've used to just make it run once no matter what. So anyhow, the filter is just going to match once, but let's say for some reason Vizard API has a bug, or they've got like multiple videos with the same video ID, which 99.99% shouldn't happen. But I'm always afraid of iterators, so that's why, like, there was one time where I just really messed up. I just added an iterator and never realized that it's going to have a multiple bundles, and made the scenario, not for this, but a long time back. So that is the reason I always add this one, just like a defense mechanism. So going back here, so you can see I've added a filter here saying I equal to 1. So even let's say I never added a filter here, this is gonna block everything and just make it run for just one of the bundle. Yeah, so that is the explanation for this, which is not really required. And after that, we download the file. So this is gonna, you could coming back to this one. So you can see this is gonna return multiple URLs, multiple bundles, and we also get the video URL. And now once we pick the correct bundle, correct video ID, we just download that video, and after that we just send it to for publishing. We generate captions for Instagram, and after that publish it, create a reel post, then we just get the media URL, like I said for adding it inside this columns over here, and after that we update the cell with the URL and say the same for Facebook. We create the prompt, create the captions, upload, get the video URL, update it. Same for YouTube. I don't know how maybe the YouTube column got deleted, and that is the same. And once all these are completed, we just mark the final. This would be the final, although it is over here. It would just get marked as posted. So you could see that. Let me open that for you. So you can see that we just mark it as posted. All right, so that it is not going to get posted again. And after that, the final one would be for TikTok. So posting to TikTok is already complicated. Like they're not really supported on make.com, but I've already made a video on how you can post to TikTok from make.com. I maybe link it at the top, link it down in the description. You can watch that. So basically TikTok does not integrate with make.com. So for that, what we're doing is basically we're just posting it using Vizard. So Vizard AI has integrations with multiple platforms, but they're gonna bring it for multiple platforms. But right now they've got integrations with Twitter, meaning you can post to Twitter from their platform itself. So now we're just making a request to the Vizard's API and making it to post to our TikTok account. So after that, you can just create you could use the specific request, specific. So you don't have to worry about making note of this, because you'd be getting all these templates and blueprints for completely free. So just make sure to check the description to follow the process to get these, but you'd be getting them for free. And after that, so you send the request to Vizard API, and over there what you do is just basically mention the video ID for that. So if you were to mention this video ID and send it to Vizard, in that case it is just gonna pick that ID and post it on your TikTok account. So for that, you would need to have your TikTok account connected to the Vizard. So let me walk you through that. Okay, so this is the Vizard AI's interface. So we go to workspace, we gotta click on this one, and you can see social accounts. So you just gotta click on this one, and as simple as that, you would just need to connect your TikTok over there, and it would just get it connected. All right, and to get your API key, you just need to go to API and get your API key, and then come back over here, put it inside this. So I've just put it here for security reasons, but you can just directly open and put it inside this one. Yeah, that's it. So you can see this one. So we're just making a request to Vizard API and making it to post into our TikTok. So maybe in the future they said that they definitely bring it to for other platforms as well, directly within their platform. So in that case, we wouldn't need all these for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You could just directly do a single request and make it post to all the platforms using their API itself. Also, coming to the captions, also Vizard API also supports, there's an endpoint here saying generate AI social captions. So you could literally get the captions from Vizard also. So we could have done that as well. We could make it generate the captions, but for now I just decided to go with a default one so that we get more freedom and control over the prompts and so on. But when it comes to TikTok, you can see that for TikTok, I've never connected any, because they don't allow to add our own captions when posting it through their platform. They just post whatever captions they've created. So it is fine for TikTok, because it is already creating is best and suitable for TikTok. So we just go and post over there inside TikTok. So this is the idea. So you can see there is no manual process involved in it. So like, let's say you're a creator, you've got a YouTube channel. You can just, like I said, you just set up an RSS feed, put in your RSS, just put in your RSS link inside this one. You can make it watch. So let me go here and try to generate an RSS feed. So I just put my channel link inside this. We just generate. Okay, so it has generated the RSS feed for my channel. So I could just say save feed. And now I just copy this link, go back over here, paste this link. Let me see all feed items for now. And you can see since that I think the limit is set to 1, so let me say 10. So now you can see we just literally give all of the YouTube videos related to my channel, as simple as that. So now I can just map it inside. So instead of search rows, maybe, you know, I could just say, oops. You can see update a row. And let me put in the link of this one. I'll just select from all, put in this link. The sheet name would be input. Oh, sorry, I think I've asked add. I've said update a row, but it's going to be add a row. It's going to be input. And now under this section, which is the column A, we'd be putting the YouTube URL. So now let me go back here. I'll just put in the URL that I've got from RSS. Okay. And that's it. Maybe for the title, for the status, I could just put it as processing. Yeah, I think I know how to put it as processing because let me try to disconnect this one. So I'm just trying to show how you can connect RSS so that make sure it's 100% automated. So here's the input link. So the input link comes from RSS. I'd be giving that. Or you know what? Let us make it way more easier. Okay. So I've just added a row. And what I can do is add a simple filter saying that input row I don't know how this became scheduled. It's supposed to be input. Yeah, I could just say that long form video equal to case insensitive and just put in the link that we just updated. So now what we're doing is basically, it is simple. We're just getting the new YouTube video, adding it as the row, and then we're just searching for that YouTube video and getting the specific row number, and then the automation just runs as it is. So I'll unlink it over here and I'll just show it. I'll say run once. Oops, I'll say run this module. Select choose where to start. I'll say all RSS feed item, and I'll say the maximum number of return item is 1, so I don't want it to do for all 10. Oops. Never expected that. Let me change the account real quick. Okay, so let me run it again. So it should return 2. See, it returned 2. So let us go back here. And yeah, it has put twice because I've run it twice. So it has now put in the link of mine And now what it would do is, once the full scenario, the full thing runs, it would update this as processing. And once it is updated as processing, the next scenario would just take that and get the result from Vizard and update it inside the database. And the third one is basically going to take it and start publishing one after the other. As simple as that. All right. So yeah, so now I've also set up the RSS. So I think now it could be set as 100% automated in a practical way. So yeah, so let's say I want to monitor for the upcoming videos that I post. I just got to right click, say choose where to start. I'll see from now on. So now whenever I publish a new video, this is going to detect. So I'm not going to publish for every single hour or something. So I could set the trigger as maybe every day. I'm not going to post every day. I mean, I would post every day, but not at the moment. Maybe I could say at regular intervals. Oh, not at regular intervals, my bad. So you could say days of the week, and you could say Monday, Wednesday. Yeah, like whenever you're posting, you could just adjust the frequency according to that. Completely up to you, totally up to you. But I hope you get the main core lesson that comes from here. So, long story short, we are getting the information from RSS, sending to Vizard, and Vizard would just and then we would update it as processed. Then we check for the processing status, and if it is successful, it would say it would give us all the videos. We update all the videos to Google Sheet, and then it is automatically scheduled. And then the third scenario would just take it. And so here you can see, like, we check for the ones that are pending. So once it is pending, it would take it, and once it is posted, it would just mark that as posted. So once it is posted, it would never be picked up again. It would go to the next consecutive one. So this is how this works. So yeah, please do let me know if you've got any doubts. I think that is it for this video. And you can see that we are wholly depending upon this platform in a way that when it comes to video ID, I could have done in the second scenario over here in a way that we are downloading every single video and then uploading it inside Google Drive. But I thought it is gonna be way more data consumption, operation consumption. It's gonna become way more, I mean, not way more, but yeah, expensive to a certain level, right? Because we're gonna download every single video and upload to Google Drive. And then, but that would give us the complete control of having that videos. But I thought that is not really necessary. So our main goal is to just post. So we're just having the video ID, and Vizard is going to give you the video ID as long as your project exists inside Vizard. All right. So you would just need to go back. You would just need to reference this one, get the project ID, and then add a filter to take only this video and take this video link, download it, and post it. All right. But if you feel that you want all of these videos, data to be downloaded inside your Google Drive or something, you could just update this one over here. So instead of this iterator, you could just basically add a time delay sleep. You just add a sleep, and after that add upload a file to a specific folder, or maybe you can create one, but that totally doesn't make sense as long as you want to have the data of those clips downloaded in your drive or in your cloud storage. Okay, but that is not the main goal here. It is to just get posted. Correct. So yeah, so as long as you have these projects in Vizard, so let me go to Vizard. So you can see home. When I go to home, you can see these are some of the projects that we've tried. And as long as you have them inside, you could just go and get them whenever you want. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for taking your time and checking into this. And please do let me know if you've got any doubts. I'd be always answering them if you leave it down in the comments. So stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.